You've heard my name mentioned probably a dozen different times in this trial. I'm in the actual freak off video. Several of the videos, unfortunately, are me covered in baby oil in a room with Cassandra Ventura. I met Daniel Phillip in an orgy at Cassie's apartment in one of the Trump buildings in Midtown Manhattan. I believe it was 2011. That's where I met Daniel Phillip in an orgy where I was called by Cassie to have a sex-a-thon. And basically, the goal of this sex-a-thon was for one of us to last the longest. Whoever lasts the longest was gonna become her main boy toy. Tasha K, I see your face. This is the truth. They were smoking opium. They had a bunch of slaves in there that she was sleeping with that had larger members than Mark Anthony. This is what a freak off really was. I was made to be completely naked, baby oil, and basically kept on standby for every time Cassie needed to come. And I would be called to make her come. I didn't have to eat her vagina. I didn't have to kiss her, even though she kissed me, which is disgusting now that I know she was letting people urinate in her mouth. But this is the whole point of
What's up? This bruh man from the fifth flow. I just want you to know that you watching You Just Got Juiced reactions. Don't forget, you got the juice now.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy You Just Got Juice, and we are back at it again for another live reaction video. If this is your first time here at the channel, let me say I appreciate you just giving me the time in the day, helping this small channel grow. Just started doing this journey back in January as of this year, and we have already surpassed 2,400 subscribers, and we are on our way to 3,000. So just wanted to say thank you guys for just stopping by and helping this channel grow. So with this everything going on in the news with Diddy, now more details are coming out, as they should, with this court case finally coming down to a verdict. Here we have a guy that claims Cassie chose him, or he slept with Cassie and Diddy a couple of times, and allegedly that they had a sex off where he had to go for like 4 days straight. So, you know, I don't know. He looked kind of questionable, but it sounds believable. So we're just gonna take his word for now, but take it with a grain of salt. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video.
Hey Dave, I see you backstage. How you doing? Can you see me waving? Dave, how you doing? Okay, so we got Dave, and Dave was the gentleman that reached out to me about a year and a half ago, I want to say, about a year ago. It's been that long? It's been a long time. And, you know, he had said, he at first, you know, called in saying that, you know, his brother was a freak off worker to Diddy, and then he later told me it was him. Because he had to gain some type of trust with me. We did leak the recordings, of course, but we didn't leak no identity. You know, we got wine to spill. And so, you know, when he came back during the, you know, the trial, because he was subpoenaed by the grand jury and due to testify against Cassie, I don't know if they used his testimony or not, because his lawyer, and he's going to explain that more, Tyrone Blackburn, we told y'all about that nigga, okay? Tyrone Blackburn apparently, I guess, told the judge about the book that he was writing. Cassie, you know, I guess, let me get the name of the book real quick so I can make sure we got it right. So the name of the book is Victim or Co-Conspirator, okay? And so he was due to testify, and apparently, I guess, the lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, you know, has it out for Diddy. He has other clients that are suing Diddy, and so he kind of needs Diddy in jail.
Well, see, now I'm confused, man. Was this trying to get justice for the victims, or was this something more at the government level, and they just wanted to get the tapes that he had of people at the Diddy party? Because it's what case was this like? We just went through this. I mean, was it Trump? Yeah, it was like like when Trump was going to court, and like they had like witnesses. Man, Trump, that Judge Kavanaugh dude, and I think somebody else, but like they had witnesses with hard evidence, and like nobody called on these witnesses, bro. And it's like, what the hell?
Because Diddy gonna come back and sue his ass if he don't go to jail. Ended up submitting a motion and ended up getting the book removed from Amazon that Dave was writing, or that he wrote. And I don't think they used his testimony at all, because he was planning to testify against Cassie, because he, according to him, was with Cassie over 10 years and was one of the main guys that she called for the freak offs. Okay. And apparently she trusted him. And so, is Dave ready?
He's back there, but I don't see his camera on.
Dave, we need your camera on. Let me text. Okay. Dave, how you doing?
How you doing?
I do, but you breaking up. There you go. Hey, Dave, your internet, man. Where you at?
Listen, I live in central New Jersey in the woods. The internet is
That's who Cassie and Puffy choose to have sex with.
horrible out here. But I'm making it. I'm surviving.
Okay, cool. All right. Welcome. Finally, we got a face.
Welcome.
To the voice.
It's been like a year and a half. I like the fact that you approached what happened before. That was smart. Thank you.
I had to, because I knew you was gonna get in my ass. So I was like, let me go ahead and put it out there. Because you were one of the first ones to reach out, and you trusted me, and I did not leak your identity. You saw that, but it was the voice. Yes, it was the voice, and you were upset about that because you were like, Tasha, you should have did that. But I was just like, I got thirsty winos. They want to know.
And they got a right to know, because people deserve to know the truth. You're right about that.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad that we're both here. I wish it was in person, but we had to make it do what it do. So you were subpoenaed before the grand jury, of course, in the Diddy case.
I was. Let me help you out, though. I want to correct a couple of things, because Tyrone Blackburn is a lawyer. He will try to sue you. So he
don't know me.
All right, let's see.
Me too. So what he did is Tyrone was aware that I wrote this tell-all memoir about Cassie since January of this year. But I think he thought that I was playing. So, I contacted him like, listen, man, I'm a victim. She did some things to me that that I'm trying to file a civil action for, and I believe the story should be told. Okay. So I entertained the fact that I was going to write this book. I started writing the book, but I really didn't finish until he told me that Douglas Wigmore insulted me and called me a dirty sex worker. And Tasha, I got pissed. You said I can curse, so I can say this. I got so pissed because I'm like, hold on. This bald-head white man calls me a dirty sex worker when his client is the one who pulled off the condom and initiated unprotected sex with me. Oh, hell no. So I finished the book off. So now when I finish the book, Tyrone says, yo, you cannot release that book. If you release that book, it's going to be favorable to Diddy and he might get off. I said, listen, man, I'm going to release the book. It's my story. I'm going to release the book. So now Diddy's team subpoenas my records for the book. What Tyrone does is he submits what's called a motion to squash, which is to squash the subpoenas so he doesn't have to turn over the book. And he lies and tells a federal judge that the book is actually privileged notes for the lawsuit that's going to be filed. And that's a complete lie. I gave him a separate statement of facts, and I also had a 90,000-word manuscript.
Okay.
Yes.
Slow down, because you were breaking up just a little bit. Okay. So you said he filed a motion to squash. He didn't want the book released. He didn't want the prosecution or Diddy's team to have your book.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay, but where's the book now? Do you got a paperback copy? Can you hold it up in the camera? Cause where's this book? I need to at least see the book if I could believe the story.
He filed the motion to squash. Because I was going to release it. I had put an Amazon pre-link, the one I sent to you. I had an editor who was contacting people. I believe my editor contacted TMZ. He might have contacted you also. He contacted a few people to get me before a podcast because I want to tell my story and it promotes the book. So when Tyrone saw the Amazon link, he realized, oh crap, this guy really did write a book. That's when it became a problem. And So like I was saying, Diddy's team, I believe it was what's the attorney's name? The one that did the Young Thug trial, Brian Steele. They subpoena, Brian Steele. They subpoena the book. Tyrone contacts me maybe, I want to say the second week of May. He's saying, listen, they subpoenaed your book. They cannot get that book. I'm going to submit a motion to squash. I said, well, why can't they get the book? The U.S. Attorney's Office knows that I've said all of this stuff about Cassandra. It's not like it's new stuff. They know. I've been telling them for a year. He says, dude, that book would destroy her. I said, well, if I have to give him the book, I want to give him the book. He says, all right, let me take care of it. So I find out maybe, I think it was like May 17th, May 15th, that he submitted this motion to squash, where he completely lied to the judge Summarian, and he claimed that my book was actually privileged notes. Now that's a lie, because the book is not privileged notes. So the judge orders him to turn over the manuscript. I believe I contacted him a week after I find out the judge orders him to turn over the manuscript. And I asked him, I said, hey, did you turn over that manuscript? He said, hell no. Why would I do that? Are you crazy? No, if I turn over this manuscript, you're going to blow this case apart. I said, Tyrone, listen, I don't want a problem. Turn over the book. My phone dies. So now when my phone starts back up, I sent him a text message. Listen, brother, I don't want a problem with a federal judge. I'm going to release this book. Turn over the manuscript. I don't believe he still turned over the manuscript to the defense.
And I remember you reaching out because you said, hey, I'm getting ready to write a book and I want to do an interview. Yes, I do plan to testify in favor of Diddy because you were, according to you, the main one that Cassie called for almost 10 years of the relationship. And so...
Another correction. 8 years.
I don't know, bro. Because it's not like she's going to admit that she did call him and that she can't deny it. Because then it's like giving proof. But just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seemed kind of sketchy, man.
Because I don't want you to be sued for anything. 8 years.
8 years. Okay. And so maybe I got 10 years because they were together 10 years. So I'm just kind of stuck on how long they were together. But I know it took some time for him to warm her up to doing freak offs and things like that. And so, but the judge had ordered too, because we were getting ready to do your interview and help you to promote your book and stuff like that. But then the judge said that you guys couldn't speak to media at all.
Exactly. And so I can't speak to media. You've heard my name mentioned probably a dozen different times in this trial. I'm in the actual freak off video. Several of the videos, unfortunately, are me covered in baby oil in a room with Cassandra Ventura. I have no clue why they not called Daniel Phillip. Daniel Phillip and I were in an orgy with Sean Combs. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Went out for a second.
Yeah, you said Daniel Phillip?
Daniel Phillip. I met Daniel Phillip in an orgy at Cassie's apartment in one of the Trump buildings in Midtown Manhattan. I believe.
Now, are these orgies or are these swingers, like swinger parties? It could be a difference, man. But if he's doing everything that they say he was doing in court at these parties, then that's definitely not no swingers event. That's just some other shit.
I believe it was 2011. That's where I met Daniel Phillip in an orgy where I was called by Cassie to have a sex-a-thon. And basically the goal of this sex-a-thon was for one of us to last the longest. Whoever lasts the longest was going to become her main boy toy. Tasha K, I see your face. This is the truth. So for 2 days, myself and Daniel Phillip, we participated in this sex-a-thon, Sex and Cassie. Daniel Phillip hung in there, but I think it was a Wednesday morning, actually. I think the morning of the wrap-up of the thing, he finally couldn't participate anymore. Not because something's wrong with him. He had been up 2 days. He's back to back having sex with her. He was tired. So he couldn't perform anymore, but I still could. So I finished her off. I end up winning. Diddy comes out the room after he carries her in the other bedroom. He pays Daniel Phillip. Daniel Phillip leaves. He comes to me. He tells me out his own mouth. He says, listen, she said you were the best penis she ever had in her life. Wow, really? He said, yeah. He says, yo, she wants you to come back. She just needs some time to rest. I said, all right. Now, I had been there 2 days, Tasha. I needed to go to work. I was an optician. I don't even think I was escorting anymore at the time because I only started escorting because I was in prison. I got released. I had a great body. I was good with women. So someone hired me to be an escort.
Oh man, this man with the prison. So he gay. So he had sex with Diddy too. That's why he coming to Diddy defense. It all makes sense now, bro. As soon as he said jail, he got a crush on Diddy, man. That's what. Oh, this sick ass.
So maybe a year or two into it, I stopped. I got a job. I was an optician, and I was trying to get my life together. I didn't have time for that. But Cassie paid me so well, it was kind of like a no-brainer. Beautiful woman, $5,000 every time I got to break her down. What 30 years?
Rico said during our interview last week that the pay was $5,000.
5,000. I only got less than 5,000 one time, and that's the time Diddy drugged me. He gave me $1,500 to go home because I was completely drugged out of my face off of something he gave me. But every other time I got 5,000. The time with Daniel Phillip and winning this orgy, I think I got like $11,000 in total from winning the orgy, then coming back and dusting her off again. I had an extensive history with Cassie. I see your face. You're like, oh my God, yeah.
How many hours did you go?
Oh, the longest I ever had sex with was 4 days in Miami. You had to put your glasses on for that one.
Okay, now hold on for a second. So when you have sex for 4 days, do you stop to pee? Do you take breaks? What happens?
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know something? People don't realize something. Diddy is rich. He's as rich as a king. I don't know if you've ever seen the HBO TV series Rome, like where there was with the Julius Caesar series Rome that they had years ago on HBO.
No, but in life, I'm sure my husband has watched it. He watch all them type of shows. But
okay, a couple of years, HBO had a series, and in this series they had like Cleopatra, Mark Antony. They were smoking opium. They had a bunch of slaves in there that she was sleeping with that had larger members than Mark Antony. This is what a freak off really was. I was made to be completely naked, baby oil, and basically kept on standby for every time Cassie needed to come. And I would be called to make her come. I didn't have to eat her vagina. I didn't have to kiss her, even though she kissed me, which is disgusting now that I know she was letting people urinate in her mouth. But this is the whole point of
That's crazy, man. He did more. He just not going to admit it. He's trying to save face. Oh man, this backdoorian ass fool, man. Yeah, I mean, even though Diddy beat the main charges, his image is already tarnished. So it is what it is. But this is going to be relevant for the next couple of months, maybe a couple of years, because we still got to figure out, is he going to come home? Is he going to do the jail time? So only time will tell. But leave your comments down below. Do y'all believe this guy? I don't know. He seemed a little sketchy. I might tune in and see what else he got to say. But for right now, I'm gonna check out. So it's your boy. You just got juice. Don't forget, you guys got the juice now. I'll catch you guys next time, and we're out of here. Boo-doo, boo, boo, boo.